my name is Nicole Nagelli, and today I have Anjali Pulim with me.
Hello.
Do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
I've just graduated high school. I'm 18. I'm gonna go to SVA for animation in the fall, and I love illustrating and animating. Yeah,
Awesome. Here's the
I like it.
icebreaker question. Tell us your favorite quote, but in your own words.
Okay. From like Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec, he goes like basically put all your effort into one thing and don't split it amongst like a lot of other things because then like you got one really good thing and it's a lot better than like 50 bad things. I need to follow that because right now I'm trying to do way too much.
Yeah,
But
I know the feeling.
yeah, it's a good like thing to work by, especially if you're feeling unmotivated. That's mine.
So, why do you do art? Like, not necessarily the, I've been drawing since I can hold a pencil kind of question, but
Yeah,
usually, the people that I interview, art usually fills some sort of need or space for them. So I'm curious, why do you do it? Why art of all things?
I guess well before I wanted to do art, I wanted to be like a game designer and I had this whole plan in my head to go to MIT and learn how to code. And then I realized how hard math was and I was like, can't do that. And so after I like realized that you could actually like make a job out of art, I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I was like, there's so many ways you can use art. And I just started getting like really excited. So now art for me, it's just really fun to see how many things I can apply it to and to see how much like work I can make, I guess. It's also really fun to like be able to provide myself and like a lot of other people with a sense of comfort through my work. Like I've gotten some DMs saying like your art's so cozy. I love the vibes. And I'm just like, that's exactly what I want. I think in my college essay, I described it as like that feeling you get when you cook at your grandma's house. Like that's
Oh,
the kind
that's
of
so
vibe I want
nice. Oh
my
my
art to have.
gosh.
Yeah. So that's that.
That is so lovely. How do you feel about the future? Do you feel more excited or do you feel more scared?
I am excited. New York is a bit scary though, and that is where I'm going. But I think I can figure it out. And SVA seems pretty cool. For like my personal projects, I feel like I always want to do way too much. And then I'm like, I don't know where to start. And then I get overwhelmed. But I'm trying to get like better with that and work on things like one at a time and take every day with like what I can do. But yeah, I'm excited. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do.
What are you looking forward to? And what are you not looking forward to? Is there anything that you're not looking
Um,
forward to?
I'm not looking forward to getting lost on like the subway, which I feel like will definitely happen to me. Um, I guess what I'm looking forward to the most is like, well, obviously like my projects or whatever, but I want to finally be able to be in a space where like I'm surrounded by other passionate artists. Cause like right now it's just like a couple people, like my close friends, and they're great, but like there's something about like, you went to CISA, right? There's
Yeah.
something about like that being surrounded all the time with like other artists that want to do what you want to do. And I'm just really excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely the kind of person who's going to thrive in that kind of environment. It's something else. Oh my God. It's incredibly chaotic, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, you're making a new film. Do you want to show some of the behind the scenes and concept art? What is it about?
Sure. Okay, so let me just pull it up quickly. It's like that, it's back to that idea I said earlier of like cooking at your grandma's house. Um and it's about like so I remember like my mentor always telling me like make art about what you know and what you experience. And then she tells me to go out and get out of my room and do things. But like from what I've experienced and what I feel like I'm gonna experience like when I go to college, I'm definitely gonna miss like home cooked food the most. Which is what like my film's about. It's about this like South Asian girl who goes to college and she misses her mom's like butter chicken recipe. And so she goes and she tries to make it herself. And there's a lot of times where she wants to like call her mom and just ask for help. She's like, no, I'm gonna do it myself. Like, cause I feel like I'd be really stubborn and like
Yeah, no,
very
I've
like I'm gonna do it this way. I don't need help. And so it's all about her like going to like the Daisy supermarket, which I haven't been for like so many years because I go when I was a kid. And it's her like going and like maneuvering the supermarket that she like used to go to as a kid. And it's all about her like figuring out what to get, and all the whole time she's like overwhelmed by everything because she's not used to it. And at the end she's like, oh, my butter chicken sucks. And then she ends up like calling her mom. She's like, yeah, I gotta need help. So I feel like I base it off of like my relationship with my mom because I'm definitely like stubborn, like I want to do it my way. But in the end, like I know she's gonna need to help me anyway. But
Oh my
I feel
gosh.
like
Yeah.
it'd be relatable, especially for like kids that come from a more like cultural background, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I've
Let
had that
me
literally exact same thing happen to me. I'm trying
Yeah.
to learn as many recipes as I can before I get out because it's like, oh, no one will ever make it like my mom. I can't make it like my
I
mom. What kind of expectations are these?
know.
Okay, I have to ask while you're pulling that up, what is your favorite Indian food? And I know it's a
I
big question, so you can divide it up
Yeah,
dessert, breakfast, however much you want.
okay. For breakfast, it'd have to be like puris and like
Ooh.
egg. That the way my nonna makes it is just so good. And then my mom, her butter chicken is so good. I feel like it's better than any restaurant. And then there's something about like tandoori chicken that's so spicy, it like makes you want to cry. I it's so good. Like my aunt makes it and it's just so good.
Mhm.
Really, anything with chicken, I'll eat it.
That is
But
fantastic.
Indian food is just so good.
Do you also speak Telugu? Because I think Nanama, isn't it? I don't know if it's Hindi
Yeah,
or Telugu.
that's Telugu. Yeah, that's like
Oh,
such
cool.
a disgrace. I don't know anything. I
No, it's
literally only know
okay.
Nanam.
I'm trying to practice my Hindi. Everything's on my wall over there. Oh my God, it's so hard.
Yeah, like
Because,
every
like,
time I'm sorry.
that's okay. Go ahead.
Um, every time I like tried to get into learning it with like Duolingo, it wasn't
Hmm.
on Duolingo, and then I was like,
Yeah, I know.
eh.
Really trying to find like different resources to learn Telugu, but I can only find like Hindi stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like I don't know. It's also very overwhelming. I just say I blame my parents for not teaching
mhm.
me.
Are you one of those people? Because, like, I can understand when people speak it to me, but I can only reply back in English, like, very conversationally. Or are you,
I
like, do you know your stuff? Because otherwise I'm super jealous.
No, I'm like if I'm listening, I can maybe just like sort of get what they're saying just from like growing up around it. But I if you asked me what they were saying, I would have no idea.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember
Like
being at this party and, like, do you know the Doom songs or the
mhm.
movies, that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
was
yeah.
asking me, "Oh, I love this song. Do you know what they're saying?" And I was like, "I
No.
yes, but no."
When I was watching, like I made my friends watch Kal Ho Na Ho with me because
Oh my
that movie
God.
is so good. And at this
Yes.
point, I could like trick someone into thinking I understood Hindi because I have that whole movie memorized.
Literally. Oh my God. So I don't think I've told you this, but literally I memorized the entire movie and I wrote it like in third grade in a huge notebook because we were going to India that summer. So I wanted to watch the movie on the flight. And then I lost my notebook the next day. It was so sad. But I was like, I have the entire movie memorized, so I can just like have Shere Khan like in my head, like right there, and then it's all good.
Yo, I would do that so often. I
Oh
used
my
to watch
God.
Up so often that I'd be
Mhm.
sitting in class and I'll be like, and my teacher would be like, "Hello?" And I'd be like, "I'm watching Up right now."
That's the real Netflix. Kids these
Yes,
days.
like in the
I'm
car, just
17.
in the car staring out the window, like I'm watching Toy Story
Oh
in
my
my head
God.
right now.
Yes, for sure. Oh my God, it's so nice to meet someone else who like knows the stuff that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. So first, here are some character designs I made. Here's gonna be like the main character. I still don't have a name for her. I just keep calling her overalls.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh.
um,
I love the
here's
dad's like mustache. That is so cute.
yeah, thanks. I wasn't sure if I should like I wasn't sure about where I would like fit the dad in. I think I'll just have him like at the end where she like calls her family. But yeah. And then here's the mom.
Oh,
It's based off my grandma
that is
with like
so
the
cute.
hair and the sweater. And my grandma has these like obnoxious red pants that she always wears. I was like, I need to include those somehow. But yeah,
Wow.
those are my character designs.
Oh
I
my
feel
gosh.
like I need to simplify them down more. Like, you know, the style that Bao was in, where
Mhm.
they're all like really tiny and round. I love that style,
Oh my
but
gosh.
I don't want to like copy it, but I just like want to squish them all down and make them
Yeah.
like
That would
bouncy.
so work for this. It would be really fun. I
I love
love Bao.
that.
Oh my gosh. I cried so much when I first saw it.
Ooh,
Ooh.
here are all my little prop designs. I kind of
Yay.
want to do this like
The spice
watercolor.
box. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yes, the spice tin. It's literally a staple in every
Mhm.
Indian household. But yeah, I want to try to I don't know how I'm going to do this because I literally don't know how to animate this well. But I want it to have like this like watercolor kind of effect you can see like
Yeah.
right there.
Is that Procreate?
Yeah, I made this in Procreate.
Oh, cool.
Yay. But yeah, you know, we got the tomato paste, the butter chicken. Oh, and there's this bit at the beginning. I'll show you in the storyboards, but she like buys a box of like microwavable butter chicken
Ah.
and it says tastes like home. And then like the joke is that it doesn't taste.
I love that.
But
Kind of like that scene in Zootopia where like Judy is like microwaving
yes,
that carrot dinner for two.
yes. That's
I
exactly what I
love
was thinking
that.
of.
Oh my gosh.
That's the scene I was thinking of. Um
I want to know
and
if you can go
then
back to your props thing. Do any of those come? Do you have any specific memories associated with any of those, like in your actual life?
oh yeah, so like butter chicken, of course, like my mom started making it a few years ago, and this is exactly how I set my plate up every time. Um, I she doesn't let me cut the tomatoes. She let me do it once. I don't know why she's so like hesitant to let me cut the tomatoes. She just like doesn't trust me with the knife. I'm literally 18 and I'm like, let me cut the tomatoes. She's like, no. I'm like,
Did she allow you to cut anything else?
well, yeah, it's just the tomato. I don't know. Like, I'm
That's
like, let me
interesting.
help. I'm like, let me help. And she's like, I got it. And I'm like, this is why I don't know how to do anything. um, but you know those like mango drinks that you'd get at like
Mhm.
the back like cooler of like the Indian supermarket?
Yeah,
I used to
of
get
course.
those
I
all
can
the
like
time.
smell it just by like looking at this. This is
Yes,
awesome.
yeah, the mango lassi drinks.
Oh my God, yes.
And then like I don't know if your parents do this, but my mom literally grows plants in like jars on
Literally,
top of our
we have an
sink.
entire herb garden, like literally right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally. What was
Yeah.
your, we used to grow like curry leaves and different kinds of stuff. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom has like stuff. There's stuff on top of the sink. There's stuff by the
Hmm.
window.
Yeah.
Now she's growing like a bunch of vegetables outside. So,
That is so cool.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. We tried
And
growing the curry plant here, but in Colorado, like nothing survived.
no.
It's so sad. Oh my God, that's wonderful. What's in that bag? The Ziploc.
You know, like when you have to like make the chicken, you usually like marinate it a day before and like the
Hmm.
yogurt and the spices. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
like this little Ziploc bag of marinated chicken.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is so fun. Do you also use like
Thanks.
ghee and stuff? I just learned how to make
Yes.
ghee from my mom like last week.
I accidentally made it so many times by just like burning butter.
Hmm. It's like butter squared. It's
Yeah. It's like
heavenly, but
so
you'll.
good, but it makes me feel so bad.
Mhm.
So that's
I love how
that and
organized this is.
thanks. This is my like folder that I have with my mentor. I have
Aw.
like homework folders. So my goal is to do like all the pre-production for this like short film over the summer so
Mhm.
that like if I have time to do it during the school year, then like the hard work is done with like all the design work
Yeah, yeah.
and I can just
Mhm.
like slowly chip away at the animation.
How long
But
are you thinking of making this film?
I
Or
have no
like,
idea.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know how long things are. Like we were
No,
not
same.
intending for like our the project. the film I made with my friends, we were not intending it to be 5 minutes long
Hmm.
because we have no concept of like storyboards and like actual until it's done. My goal originally was like 1 minute, but looking at it now, it's definitely not going to be 1 minute. I don't think it would go over 3 minutes though, but yeah.
Wow.
So even the storyboards, I don't want to like go through it that in depth, but
Yeah, that's
it's
totally
like
fine.
scene where she's a kid and then she like grows up and she has her microwavable food and she goes and she's like, let me call them for help, and then she like goes to the store and like the shelves look really tall and stuff,
Ooh,
and
that's really cool.
yeah, and then she like cooks it and then she calls her mom.
That is
I
so
need to
cool.
like I
Oh
need
my
to
gosh,
add
that's
more,
lovely.
but that's what I have right now. Those are like my rough storyboards, and I need to do like final ones.
That is
But
so
yeah,
cool. I love that.
thanks.
I love how you're gonna use the shelves to make it like look super intimidating. I love like the stretched warped
Yeah,
perspective. That is so
thank you.
rad. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about the project or like when you think it's gonna come out or like where it will be when it
Ooh.
comes out?
I have no idea. I think I might have to stop like working on the pre-production for a bit because I'm doing that like CalArts high touch class for like
Oh,
6 weeks,
cool.
and I want to be able to like focus on that. Um, but yeah, hopefully I can finish the pre-production visual development stuff over the summer. And if I can get my SVA teachers to let me work on it in class, then maybe next spring.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
But
whenever you get that, send it to me so I can link it in this video. It would be great.
okay, sure, definitely.
So, you had a short film that you made with your friends called Untitled Project. It was literally one of the funniest short films that I think I've ever seen. Like the vibes and the voice acting, like it's so fun and it's so clear that you guys had so much fun making it. I'd love to know like more about it. What was your process? Do you have any like I mean, the whole thing is about funny stories you had from making it. So, yeah.
Um, so originally in like my animation class at school, we had to like come up with a project and like pitch the project. And we had like 2 days to come up with an idea. And so the first day we were all just sitting there and we came up with nothing. We were thinking of maybe doing like I suggested because I've had this like family food idea for a while. I was like, "Oh, what if we did this?" And then at the end of that day we were like, "Okay, we can do like your food thing." And at first we were going to do that. And then the next day we come in and I'm just like, "You know what? I'm not really feeling this food thing anymore." And then we were just sitting there and we basically had like the conversation that's like in the film, like I broke it down so much because like we made a film earlier. It's on my Instagram. I don't know if you watched it, but it was called like Green Paw, and it was like this cat that's like a witch. And so I was thinking like, okay, do we want to do animals again or do we want to do people? And like that's where like the beginning started.
Did you
And then
guys record? Sorry for interrupting. Did you guys record that like conversation? How did you remember those moments?
we didn't record it. We literally like reenacted the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
We like right when we decided, like when Usman went, what if we just animated coming up with ideas? We were like, we quickly went and like typed out as much as we could remember, word for word from what we said, and we made like a loose script, and we made like the conversational transitions like quicker, and then we wrote the script, and then we're like, okay, and then we recorded it. Recording it was so difficult. Like Usman knew the most about voice acting, so he like guided us because like we were so bad. Like the first cuts of what we did just sounded so like cringy, and we wanted it to really sound like a conversation. And at the end, I think it I think it worked out that way. I think it
Hmm.
ended up
How did
sounding
he
pretty good.
direct you, or what did he say that helped it click?
He was like, God, this was so long ago. I'm sorry. He was like, do it again, but less. And I was like, okay. And then he would usually like say it to us and then we like say it back to him. He'd be like, that's good. He was so good about like layering all of our individual like voice audio, like all the audio he edited together, which I don't understand how he did it so quick because we all recorded our individual parts. and then he like pieced it together without like the bad takes. And at the end, he showed us it when he timed it to the animatic, and we were like, "Whoa, whoa!" I like I had no idea, and he did it all in like 2 hours. I was like, "Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
god. That's
cool!"
sort of like super fast. It takes me forever.
Yeah, I was like, "How'd you?" Okay.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
through the whole project, I was like super lucky to be able to work with like talented, passionate people like my friends.
So, do you go to like a animation high school or something like that, or how did you get into it? Because a lot of people that I knew
So
from CISA were mainly from like animation high schools. They're like, there are animation high schools? What?
yeah,
Not in
like just
Colorado.
yeah, just recently I realized how many people that like I follow that went to like art high schools, and I was like,
Hmm.
really? So with my school, it's like regular high school. You have all your classes, and then when you're a junior and a senior, or basically when you're a junior, you can sign up to do like a career academy, which is like at this separate building, and they have like focused kind of like I guess intense classes. They're not that intense, but like more focused, longer classes for like where you want to go. So like I did animation, but they had like nursing, they had public health, my friend did like cybersecurity, they had like hotel management and like air conditioning. There was a lot there,
Oh
and it was
wow.
like
Okay.
it was pretty cool. So like if you knew what you wanted to do, then it was like a good idea to go there and be able to like learn more about your specific area. So that's what I did. I did the animation and interactive media course for my junior and senior year. And yeah, that's where I met my friends.
Wow, that's really, really cool. What is your creative process? We saw a little bit of it, but I'm wondering, what's your creative process like right now? How do you think it'll change as you make more stuff, maybe in the future?
Right now, it is literally so slow. Like, I don't know, like during portfolio season, I was really like making stuff and making stuff quick. And now everything's like done. And whenever I try to make something, it's like such an ordeal. I don't know. Like,
What do you
I'm trying
mean
to
by
make
that?
stickers.
Like,
Like, I'm trying to make stickers for my shop right now. And I used to be able to do like a full, like, knock out a full illustration in like a day. And I'm just here trying to draw some sandwiches. And it's taking me such a long time. I either like get distracted or I just get tired or I get like bored. I don't know. I'm trying to like work through that, but I guess like working on more illustrative stuff like motivates me to be able to do animation stuff later. Cause like in my head, animation just seems like such a commitment. Like, oh my gosh, that's so much work I have to do for like 30 seconds. And I don't know why it seems like when I did our short film, there was like a solid 2 weeks where I just didn't do anything. Like I was supposed to make the storyboards or like the rough animation for my scenes. And it was just taking such a long time. And I don't even know, like I had to really sit down and force myself to do it. But
mhm,
once I like could get to the parts of the film where I like it's like a illustration, it's like an actual like illustration that's moving. That was like kind of easier for me to work on than like the flat stuff, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's kind of weird because that part took more effort. But am I even answering the question?
no, it's totally fine. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm actually like going through something pretty similar to that with like art and writing right now. So it's really interesting that you mentioned that because I'm literally working through my own feelings on that sort of stuff. It's a little bit scary, especially
Yeah,
because we're both at that point in our lives. Like we just graduated high school like a couple of weeks ago or something, and now there's like, oh, now you have to know what to do with your life for the rest of your life, and it's like, oh my god, I'm not even sure.
yeah, I don't know. So right now, it's basically like I'll get an idea and then usually if I don't have the motivation for it, I'll like go on Pinterest or like Instagram and just look at other artists or other shops. Like looking at other people's shops like really motivates me to work on my own. And like cuz I see like there's this one shop that I'm like waiting for their shop to like open. I'm like, "Wow, I want to get to a point where someone waits for my shop to open."
Oh, that's
And
really
like
nice. Yeah.
the products that they make are just so cute and cozy. And I'm like, yeah, see, like I want to get there. I want to be able to give this feeling to someone else. So
Do you think you might go into like merchandising or something if you're enjoying it that much? Or is there anything that you
I,
see yourself like you mentioned game design before?
yeah, if I could like, I don't know, I feel like game design it would have a lot of programming that just hurts my head. If I could just like draw the pretty pictures for Breath of the Wild, I'd be so happy. But like I don't know if I'd want to design like UX design and like packaging design is so interesting, and that was what I was gonna do if like I didn't get into art school. I was gonna like do communication design places, and I'm still interested in it. Like if there are any sort of like clubs or whatever at SVA that I could do that were like design focused, I would. But I don't know, I really like designing, like, my little stickers, and I think they're really cute, and I wanna design, like, bags and maybe even, like, art on, like, hoodies or T-shirts in the future or whatever.
That is so powerful. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like just wearing your own merch but like looking super cool because you know how to like design it? That's like so
Oh my
cool. That's like the
gosh!
dream. Oh my gosh,
I
that'd be
know.
so cool.
When my friend, like, released her merch that I made and I, like, wore it to a restaurant, I was like, "No one here knows I made this, but it's so cool that I'm wearing something that I designed."
It's like, "Oh, where did you get that shirt? I made it."
No, no, literally, Lynn and I recorded a video like that. She was like, "I
Uh,
want to make a video to promote the merch," and she like walked up to me at like the restaurant, and she was like, "Hey, I really like your shirt. Where'd you get it?" And I was like, "This thing."
oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So, how do you see you talked about some of your struggles with your creative process right now. How do you think that'll change as you make more stuff, maybe in the future? Maybe after you come out of SVA, having made like, I don't know, so much stuff.
I don't know. I definitely like I've gotten like a little bit burnt out before, but I haven't gotten like to absolutely nothing. So I'm very scared for when that will hit me.
Oh,
'Cause like it's like art school, right? So it's like art all the time, and I'm like, what's gonna be my for fun art? And in my head, I'm like,
mhm.
oh, art for my shop can be fun because it's mostly like little doodles and little pictures that I just turn into stickers. And I'm like, that'd be kind of productive. So after SVA, if I like since I know how to do my shop and make my stickers, if I like if after SVA I don't instantly get a job like in the animation industry, I know at least like, oh, I can work on my little shop. I can spend more time like building up my social media for it, and it might be okay. But yeah, I have not thought that far ahead. In my head, it's just draw a picture for TV show, draw a picture for movie, make sticker.
Beautiful. I love that. I should just hand you the Oscar right now. That's it.
Yes, thank you.
That is awesome. Yeah, you just mentioned you're the creative consultant for Lynn. Personally, I've seen some of her like covers on Instagram. She makes really good music. That's so cool.
Yeah.
What was it like working with the musician? How do you like communicate your ideas? How was that
Well,
experience?
it's like she's like my actual friend. Like I met her like freshman year orchestra class
Oh, cool.
before she started like posting on TikTok. She started posting on YouTube first, and if you go to like her channel, the like little thing that plays at the end that tells you to subscribe, it's in like the end of all her videos. Like I animated that,
Oh,
and it's really fun because at first she's like a really good friend of mine. So it's like she has trouble telling people no, but like she knows she can tell me no, and she can like it's really easy for her to communicate to me like what she wants, and it's easy for me to tell her like that would look kind of weird or that wouldn't exactly work. And like I can take the criticism and she's comfortable with telling me like what she wants. And overall it's just like a pretty smooth back and forth with our ideas. And yeah, we haven't had like any huge issues. If anything, it's just like when we made the itsy bitsy art, her managers were like, make sure the words don't look like Spider-Man, like the font. And I was like, "Ooh, I didn't even think of that."
that is so
So
interesting.
it's just like little things like that. Like, don't get us sued by copying the Spider-Man font. I was like, homie, I don't even know what the Spider-Man font is, but okay. But yeah,
Wow.
it's super fun, like getting to talk to like some of her managers and like merchandise people and getting, because I never thought that I'd get to be like designing clothes for an artist as big as she is. And like people bought it and people like wear it. I haven't seen anyone yet, but there are people there
Oh my
that are
gosh, where did you
wearing
get
it.
that shirt?
Oh my gosh, shop.littleapple.music.com.
Wow.
But like it's just so cool to see like that my art has like impacted people, even in the smallest way of just like them buying a shirt that they think looks cool. Like I did that. It's cool.
That's so cool. Have you learned more about like the music industry from doing this, I imagine?
I've learned a little bit about like just from stuff Lynn's told me about like how she writes songs and records them. And I really want to like learn more. So when I move to New York, I'm hoping to maybe like maybe get to meet her managers or just see like exactly what she does. And I she has like a separate team of like designers that work for Republic or work for like her manager. I don't know who they work for. Please don't quote me on any of this.
Yeah, it's
I
alright.
just um and like usually they'll come up with an idea and I'll come up with an idea and then we'll like squish them together. So for the producer man cover, I did like the first draft and then we gave it to like the professional designers and they made the final draft. And then for the itsy bitsy one, I made some sketches, I sent it over, they sent over something, and I combined the two. So the itsy bitsy one I was
Ooh.
really proud of because it was like that's totally my art there. And it's not something I only planned. And then actually for her new song that's coming out at some point, um, I did all of it, which was cool. Like
Oh
the
wow.
professional group didn't really help me at all or like tell me what to do, which was cool. And it's just like every step I get a little bit more, I guess, like independent freedom with it, I guess, which is cool. And like maybe her managers trust me more. I don't know what they think, but they seem to always like what I send them. And it's really fun getting to like see what the process is from the inside.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like admire about your stuff is or about you is that you're always you're doing you're finishing projects and actually like doing stuff in real life if that makes sense cuz a lot of people just wait until they're out of school or like in college to pursue their dreams and that sort of stuff. But I'm really glad that you aren't because you have so much experience now and like how do you feel about that? Like was there a time that you were ever afraid to share things or afraid to finish things or like can I really do this kind of feelings?
No, yeah, totally. For like freshman and sophomore year, and even like, yeah, freshman and sophomore year, in like my art class at school, like in the back of my head, I always knew like since seventh grade, I wanted to do like animation and art, but I didn't like in my head, I was like, oh, by the time I apply to school, I'll be good enough, so I don't have to worry about that. That kind of worked out. Didn't work out how I originally intended, but I'm good. But like, um, I had a lot of trouble like finishing my acrylic paintings in class because I was like really slow and I wouldn't like how it would turn out and I would just sit and stare at it. And even with like when I moved to digital art, there was like a period of time where I would just not do anything. Like those 3 years, I would only do art when I made like birthday cards or gifts for my friends,
Mhm.
which I realized is like such a motivator for me. Like I'll really knock out a whole like 3 birthday cards in a day for like a group of friends, but I can't like sit down and draw something for
No,
myself.
literally same.
And like I don't know. It's weird. And during portfolio season, I was like really proud of myself with how much I pushed through and could like actually finish things. Um sometimes you really just have to, what I realize is you really just have to give yourself smaller milestones. Like if I couldn't do a whole illustration, well then you could do a simpler one. Like my most recent like post on Instagram, I had this whole idea to do like to illustrate like the backyardigans kids as like
Uh-huh.
kids
Uh-huh.
on like an island like with the Castaway song, and it was, I feel like it was a bit too ambitious because I look at it and I'm like, I know this is wrong, but I don't know how to fix it. And in that case, I like put it down. But then like the thing I made after it, which was like simpler, I'm really proud of. And I'm more happy with that than the other thing.
Yeah, I love
But
that piece. It was really like the atmosphere of it is like so cool. Like I want to see a TV show like Gravity Falls esque like that. It looks really, really cool. Yeah.
thank you. In terms of like actually finishing my projects for Lynn, it's so funny. She'll come to me and be like, they want the cover in 3 days. And I'll be like,
Man,
okay,
seriously,
let's
they only give
go.
you like 3 days? I thought there was like a time thing that they're supposed to do, especially if they're like, I don't know. I don't know much about the music industry.
They like they'll want it in 3 days, but then they won't like use it or post about it for another month. It's funny, but like I'm kind of glad. Like I say in retrospect, I'm kind of glad they make me do it in 3 days. But in the moment when I get that text from Lynn, that's like they want the cover by Monday, and it's like Friday, and I'm like, girl, are you serious? But I'm like, it's okay, I got it. And then it's like this rapid back and forth, and then at the end they're like, he likes it, and I'm just like, ugh. But that's like the only thing that will really make me get things done, I guess. Um, I don't know. Deadlines I set for myself don't really work out. Like I
It's
kept
really
telling
hard.
myself,
Oh my
I kept
gosh.
telling myself, I'm gonna update my shop on June 15th. And that was yesterday. And I don't know. I need to get better at that. Over the summer, I'm definitely working on like trying to just get faster with art because during school, I need to be able to get my school art assignments done quickly if I want to have time to like sleep
Yeah, yeah.
or like explore the city or work on my own personal projects. It's so hard, and it's so hard to figure out as well, like getting things done and being motivated with it.
Oh yeah.
But
It's okay. There's hope for the future. Probably.
yeah,
Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, anyway.
well,
So, what is the one project or idea or dream job or story that you feel like you're meant to tell or you'll regret not doing?
I feel like if I don't like get to work on, or dare I say direct, some sort of like film about a
Filmmaking.
South Asian kid, then that's literally it. That's literally all I want to do. Like either a show or a movie with like cultural significance as like Coco.
Hmm.
Like Coco is so rich with culture, and like Bao is also so rich with culture, and like those two, but like I don't know, just something for those little brown kids out there that they need something better than Baljeet.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. I could
Like,
I could go on about that dude in like Ravi from Jesse. He made me feel
uh,
so horrible when I was growing up. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, did you
like
hear there's an Indian show coming out by Jay Hasarjani. It's called Boons and Curses. It's all about the mythology of South Asia. It's going to be like
I saw
so
you post
cool.
about that.
I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
excited. Oh my god. That and like it'll get there. That's so cool. So if you were to do something like for that dream project, what would be the most important idea or thing to nail for that project?
Ooh, I guess like, well, I don't even know. I guess just like hmm, most important thing to nail for project. I guess the way I haven't thought about this at all. The only thing I have in my head is like, mm,
Or what
I guess,
feeling? I think you kind of mentioned it, like that feeling,
yeah,
like you
like,
seeing yourself on the screen. But I'm trying to get like more specific. Or
yeah, the most, like, I would want someone to watch it or watch whatever it is and be like, "Oh yeah, I have felt exactly how they're feeling and like with myself and with my family and with my own culture." And like, because like there's no movie right now where I can like look at a character and be like, exactly every single thing about them is me right now. Like
yeah,
there's always like some small difference. But it would just be really cool to be like, oh yeah, I've done that with my grandparents, or I've done that with my friends, or like like coming back to that feeling earlier where I said like the feeling of like peeling vegetables on like the floor of your grandma's kitchen, which like I used to do a lot when I was a kid. Something like that. I don't know.
yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, that's so
Hope that
wonderful.
answer's okay.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Oh my gosh, there's just so much that growing up you want to see captured. I'm excited for you. Whatever you make in the future, it's
Thank
gonna be like
you.
so cool.
Thanks.
What do you not get about, or what do you not get, or you're trying to understand about the animation industry right now?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't understand how someone who's in like visual development would become a director, because I know usually it's like storyboarders do, right? Like you
Hmm.
start with storyboarding and then like story directors, and then I'm assuming like director of the whole film. I don't know. I don't know the like ladder from like visual
Yeah.
development, because I was storyboarding for my film, and for a while I was like, I want to do storyboarding. That's so fun. And then I was storyboarding for my film, and I was like, oh my god, this is so hard.
It's so much work.
I'm hoping, like, I don't know why in my head I thought drawing 10 black and white squares would be less taxing than a full rendered illustration, but it was just as much so. I'm hoping I can at least get better at it in college to be like good enough, maybe. I don't know, we'll see.
Mhm.
But that and like the process of like shows getting pitched, like Elizabeth Ito, like she was talking about how um like her show, like City of Ghosts, like people were like, what's the purpose of this? Like
Mhm. Yeah.
there's no purpose. And her purpose was like, well, it's just nice. It's just something nice. Is it like so
Yeah.
bad to make something nice? Like
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I remember being
so
blown away by her because I interviewed her for something and she was just like, that show is so different out of any animated
yeah.
thing that I've ever seen. And it's not that it has no purpose. It's just that it's like a hug, but also like a slap in the face, and also I cried, but also a good cry. Like that sort of thing.
It's such a good
Oh my
show.
god.
And like I watched her show and I was like that is what I want to do. Like
I
stuff
can
that makes
totally
you
see
feel
you
like
doing
that.
that. Yeah, like the
Thank
soft
you.
kind of cozy style. You have
Aw,
that down. That's beautiful.
that means a lot to me. I watched City of Ghosts and I was like, yup.
I love that. I love like when you find, yes, this is why I'm doing this. This is why.
Yeah,
Oh my
this.
god, wonderful. What is something that you really want to try in the future? Like you mentioned like directing a movie or like making a game or like etc.
I like, I guess in terms of projects, I'd want to like try to design, I get like put my art on hoodies. I think that'd be cute. Like, I don't know, big fluffy oversized hoodies with like my art on it. That just seems so fun to me. Um, and I also want to like, I don't know if this is stupid, but I feel like streaming art on like Twitch would be really fun. Like interacting with like, even if it's like a small audience of like 5 people, like interacting with them while you're drawing, and like a small community forming. That just seems so sweet to me. And like other artists that stream, it's just like such a nice environment. Like, oh, you're drawing, and like people like watching people draw. And I think I think I could maybe do it. It seems really fun. But yeah, I really want to like try to do that. This seems fun. And
That's
like
really cool. Can you
a
draw and
lot of
talk at the same time? I have trouble thinking about anything else when I'm drawing.
a lot of the times, like when I'm on call with my friends, because like especially during portfolio time, I was like, this portfolio is taking so much of my time. If I like devote every second of like my life to it, I'm literally not going to see my friends. So I got like kind of good with like sitting with them and talking while like working. And now it's like easy for me to draw my stickers or like work on my stuff while we're like watching a show or watching a movie or we're just like talking. And sometimes I'll like screen share my iPad for them so they can watch me if they're also just like sitting there and chilling. But
That's
yeah,
really
I'm kind of
cute. Oh my
glad that
gosh.
I've gotten good at talking so I can like two birds, one stone, socializing and art.
That's awesome. My brain is like too small to handle anything else. uh, what is your favorite, or what do you think is the best thing that you've created so far?
The best thing.
Or
Uh,
what do you think, like some people they don't have like finished products, but they're like this idea, this one idea that I'm keeping in the back of my brain is the best. Or they have like a specific piece, anything you feel. Or one time I told this funny joke at Burger King and it was great. That's it. That is giving me whatever.
um, hmm, the best thing. Well, uh, I have like no ideas. Like, like just straight up, I have no ideas. Like the only two ideas I've had in the past 6 months were the untitled project and my food film. Like that's it.
But like
I
so
think
far, what do you think? Like, is there an art piece that you're like, yeah, that's the best thing I've made so far?
I I think like in terms of lighting, it'd be like this one because I really like how it looks.
Oh, cool.
It's on my
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, it's based off like my friend's dream room and I people have OCs. I just draw my friends again and again and again.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh. That
And
reminds me of um like Gabby Capili comics or like Noor, that sort of stuff. I love people like
yeah,
drawing like their experiences. It's so fun.
I
Yeah.
just draw my friends over and over and you can definitely see it on my account. But I feel like this like idea I have with like the food and the cooking, if I could pull it off, it could be the best thing. I really like my prop designs for it. I think they're really cute.
It is really
I don't
cute.
know. I feel like a lot of my stuff is like on the same level. I feel like I've been like stagnating recently. Do you ever feel like that? Like
Oh
you
yeah.
just aren't improving?
Yeah, for sure. Especially since I've been doing that struggle between art and writing. I tried storyboarding a thing. It was like way too much effort for me. Like it was so hard. So I was like, my art skills are, where are they? They're way down. But it's fine.
Yeah.
It'll get better eventually.
Yeah.
Who influences you right now? It doesn't have to be like artists, but or who or what influences you?
Um Mostly my friends and then my family as well because they're like the basis for the short film. Um my mentor a lot. She's really nice. She's very encouraging and she's taught me pretty much everything I learned in the past like year. In terms of like artists, I really love how like Pascal Campion uses like light
Oh
and I
my
really
gosh,
try
yeah.
to like replicate that like cozy feeling that he gives with light in like my work. I don't know if it's working yet, but I'll get there. And like Maddie oh god, I don't know how to say her last name.
Sharafian?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, she's
Yeah,
so cool. Yeah.
her work and like Burrow is like I love that short film
Oh
so
yeah, yeah,
much.
you love Burrow. Yeah, okay, sorry.
I
I just put that together. hmm
in my like short film, the way I painted like the hedgehog house, I was like, I want this to look and feel like the rooms in the Burrow film. Like
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
I was looking at the colors and I was like, yeah, I want this to feel like the Burrow film. And at the end, I think it did. I think I was really happy with how I painted it. because like so definitely her work and like the cozy vibes and Domi Shi as well with like the story she's telling. Ah, I love them so much, Nicole.
I'm so excited for her movie, Turning Red. Maddie Sharafin was
Yes,
talking about it, working on the movie in another interview. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I can't wait. Hmm.
So, what would you say to your influences if you met them, or what would you like to like learn from them?
I would just say like thanks for the cozy vibes that I'm like trying to build towards and make as well. And I want to learn how to tell stories like they do because they do it in such like a subtle way. Like City of Ghosts, it's so like that show is just subtle. Like nothing is in your face. Everything is like the dialogue is so natural. Like I've never seen any show where like the kids speak and act like genuine kids.
Yeah, for sure.
And like the speech patterns, I'm just like, oh, that's a 7-year-old.
Yeah, I love that they keep all the ums and ahs because, like, as a voice
Yeah,
actor, you like cut all those out, right? And she's incredible. Oh my God, I'd love to see more stuff like that. So cool.
I yeah, I would just want to learn how to tell stories like they do. It's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, I
I
interviewed
need
her
more
for a different
ideas.
thing. She explained like how she got those voiceovers or that sort of thing. It was really interesting. Yeah, it was so cool. Um, what never fails to ignite passion in your work?
Um, huh. I guess. mm,
Because I know that you mentioned it literally a few questions ago, so I'm trying to see if your answer is the same or maybe it'll change.
I guess just like my friends mostly. Like they're like who inspire me the most and like trying to again build up to something that has that like cozy vibe, something that everyone can relate to, something that like people will look at and be like, "Yes, that's it." um Now I'm thinking, what did I say?
Do you want me to tell you? Because it was the same answer. You just said like
What
you had
the
fun like making your friends' birthday cards, and like that's the only time where like you were like, I can draw, not for myself, but for
Yeah,
like this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so
a
sweet.
lot of a lot of the practice that I got drawing was like drawing cards an hour before a birthday party. Before I like
Speed run.
no, literally like your parents do this. My mom will come in here like 2 hours before some random family member's party and be like, "You gotta make them a card." I'm just like, "For what? It's
It's two
brunch."
hours.
I'm like, "Mother, it's 2 hours. I can't." She's like, "When you work for Pixar, they're gonna ask you to draw things for them and have to draw them quick." And I'm like, "But I'm getting paid for that. You're not paying me,
The one
mother,
weakness. Yeah.
money."
When are you happiest when you're making something? Like what part of the process are you like, yeah, so excited?
Um,
Or is the whole time you're like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, and then when it's done, it's like, whoa, it's not as
yeah.
bad as I thought it'd be.
I hate planning things. Like I hated doing the rough animation for the films. I liked doing the actual animation and like bruh, I had to for like the illustrated part of my Untitled project, like that was all done in Procreate. And like you know how much of a hassle it is
You
to
animated
animate.
it in Procreate? Dude, oh my god, that's insane.
I know
Are
like
you okay?
no like all of the first scene like like Usman and Kaylee did the majority of the animation because they are
Hmm.
so cool and they work so quickly. But I did the like zombies, nostalgia. What if we had a sad zombie? I did that part,
Hmm.
and that's like 2D and that's like flat and it's fine. But then like when they go to the hedgehog house and they're at the funeral, that was all animated in Procreate with
How did you
like
time that out? Because it's so hard to time things in Procreate.
I so I had the audio in Rough Animator, and then I would like
Oh, I did the
time
same
out the
thing. Yeah.
poses, time out the poses
Yeah.
in Rough Animator, and then I'd count the frames for like each pose, and I'd like put the
Oh
picture
my
in,
God.
and so then I'd replicate the Rough Animator timeline in Procreate, and I'm like, okay, now I have to make 3,000 layers.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's hard for sure. I animate mainly using Procreate. It's just I should not do that, but the brushes are so good.
No, like
Yeah.
if Procreate would literally just have timeline and then a layer for the timeline, that'd be so
Hmm.
much easier. I know it can't be that hard. There's no way it can be that
Yeah,
hard
and
for
they
them
like
to do.
some when we were at CISA, somebody animated their entire film on Procreate, but before they put the animation function. So they literally like I don't know how they did it. That is like insane, and it was like really great. But oh my God, it
That's
can't be that hard.
crazy.
They already like they're halfway there. You gotta
Yeah,
just like harass Procreate and be like, please, please, please,
like
please, please.
I know you guys have the time. I always see you posting on your Instagram story.
You sound like a mom now. I know you have time.
Just
Now it's time to
I
draw
know
the
you
birthday
have
card.
time. Draw the birthday card and give me the layers without it being a nightmare.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
You're getting paid. Where did my $10 go?
What are your strengths and weaknesses in your art that you see right now?
Hold up, let me go look at my Instagram real quick.
You don't remember?
Not me not knowing what my art looks like. Okay, let's see. I think I've gotten better at using color, especially after portfolio season. Like, I really love how the colors look in my recent posts. I think I'm getting a lot better at using colors. Um, I don't know. This is a problem. Like, not to sound like a negative Nancy, but I just don't know what I'm best at. um, I I'm getting better at lighting. I'm really bad at like dynamic poses. I need to get better at that. But I guess what I'm best at is like just painting things. Like the like my prompts, I'm really proud of those.
Mhm.
How I painted this like boat in one of my posts. Yeah. I think yeah. Mostly color, I think. I think that's my strong suit right now.
Is there a project or something that you're putting off because of fear? Or because you're scared of like doing it? Like, if it's not in my head, if it's not as perfect as it is in my head, then why do it kind of stuff?
No, that's like actually what I'm still thinking with this family food one.
Hmm.
Because originally my mentor was like, you should try to animate it as well. And I was like, okay. But while I was coming up with ideas for it, for like the whatever film I would do the pre-production for, this was one of my ideas, but I was trying to come up with more because I felt like this idea was too good to be like wasted on like mediocre animation skills. Like I don't know how to animate a camera moving. Like
It's
our Untitled
hard.
Project
Oh
film is
my God.
literally just straight on the entire time. Like there's not that much camera movement. Um, which like that always like elevates an animation to be better. And I don't know. That's why I was like, maybe after I do my year at SVA, I'll come back and I'll make it. But and then she was telling me like you're gonna have more ideas. I know if she was like, I know it feels like you have nothing right now, and this is like the best you can come up with, but you will have more ideas. So
That's really good advice. Yeah, for sure.
let's hope I come up with something else. But I really hope that I do my idea justice because I think it's really cute.
It is really cute. I'd love to see it. Even if you just like post the storyboards or like any concept art, I'll eat that up. That is so cool. Is there an artist or like anyone that you'd like to collaborate with in the future? Not like now, but like maybe when you're like you have seven like hands that can each draw or something like that. I don't know.
um, Honestly, probably Elizabeth Ito. Like her ideas and just the way she works is just so cool. And like being able to work on a show that like she comes up with would be really cool. Like everyone that got to work on Studio Ghost, so lucky.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. Like have you seen the storyboard artists? They someone posted like Netflix Future did a thing. I forget her name, but I know like her handle. I don't know how to spell it. But yeah, it looks like a really really fun show to work on. Hmm. What advice would your older self, let's say your older self did make that movie or like did like do all the things that you're dreaming of and all that sort of stuff. What advice would they have for you now?
They probably just tell me to do it because right now I'm putting off a lot of things because like in my head I have this like hierarchy of things that need to get done, right? So the first thing is like homework my mentor gives me. After that, I do my stickers. After that, I do my personal stuff. But then the problem is when like I put the mentor work off and then everything else just gets pushed back and then absolutely nothing gets done. And so my future self would definitely just tell me to suck it up and do it because the sooner I do it, the more time I'll have for other things. But I am not listening to that right now.
No, I feel the same way, especially like things that are like, this is weird, but like cleaning and laundry for me, like never ending kind of tasks like that. I'm like, I could
Hmm.
do it later. It never gets done. Okay.
It's so weird because like art is like fun. It's like fun. Why am I putting it off? It's fun. Like
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
I'll be like doing my stuff and I'll go downstairs and I'll look really tired and my mom will be like, "Why do you look so sad?" And I'll be like, "I was drawing all day." And she'll be like, "I was working in the hospital all day." And I'll be like,
Yeah, I know. It is weird. Like, it is like a job. Like, that's one of the things, or somebody mentioned, like, it's a myth that a lot of people have. Like, it's a job. You will get tired. Even if you're just drawing
"Yeah,
cartoon
like
characters for like 8 hours straight, I think anyone would be tired.
yeah, I don't know, it's so weird." And then I'll be like, "Mother." And then I'll get frustrated when I can't focus because
Mhm.
that really like gets me because I'll have like I'll set out the time to do it and I'll sit down to do it and then I just won't be able to focus on it. And then the process just takes so much longer because now I have to spend energy trying to focus. That sounds so stupid, but
No,
like
it's fine. It's called something actually, like the executive dysfunction or something like that. You're like, I have to do the thing. Why am I not doing the thing? I'm not even moving right now. But yeah, it's so annoying. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so you have that picture of your older self in your mind, right? The one that's like
mhm.
7 arms, can draw forever, that sort of stuff. What advice would you give that self, your older self?
I would make sure that in like their free time they're actually going out and doing things. Um, because I feel like in college it would be really easy for me to just become a hermit. And like I know that's the whole thing. Oh my god, animation kids are just all hermits. They just sit and they draw all day in their rooms. But I can't let myself get like that. Like
What do you think that she needs to like hear?
go outside, touch grass. Because if she's
Uh,
doing everything that I want to do, then I know there's no time. Because like there's so much that I want to do. And if I'm telling her to go do it, then she needs to also take a break.
that is good advice. Go touch grass.
Go touch go touch grass.
What is the
You
most
see
fearless
animation kids.
thing so far in your life? This does not have to be art related. I had one dude, he went skydiving, but what is the most fearless thing that you ever done?
Oh, you know what? My friends and I, for our talent show junior year, it kept going around that they had no one signing up for the talent show. That was the thing. They desperately needed acts. So my friends and I were like, hey, if no one's even performing, no one's going to be watching. We should sign up and we should perform a song on the kazoo. We should have a kazoo band. And
Okay, I'm very excited for this. Yes.
and so this is how I know my friends like me because if they didn't like me, they definitely would not have done this with me. Because
That's the ultimate test of friendship, just the kazoo.
Yeah, like every time I think I annoy them, I'm just like, people went to this talent show. There were like 15 acts. It was like full.
Oh
And
wow.
we were there and we went up with like our orchestra instruments, looking like we were about to like play a quartet. And then we put our violins down and took out our
Oh
kazoos
my
and
god.
performed Pink's Just Give Me a Reason in our orchestra uniforms.
That is so funny. Oh my god. I have the image in my mind and I can't get it out.
I will send you the video after this. It is
Please do. Oh my god. That is
it is
awesome.
and my friend was playing the drums and it was such a beautiful train wreck. It
Wow.
was and then I was like, we did that.
I just want like I'm just imagining like your future self pitching a TV show and you're like, I was in a kazoo band once. I can
I
do
can do it.
this. I can do
I was
this.
I was the lead kazoo in a kazoo band. Come on, let's go.
It's like that Inside Out meme. I was in a band.
Just pans to the kazoo noises.
Have you ever done a riff on a kazoo? I can just imagine go. What are you most excited about for the future of the animation industry?
I I just want more cozy things. I just love like I'm such a simpleton, Nicole. I just like things that are cute. Just like smaller stories that seem insignificant but like really need to be told. Like pretty much every mini story, back to City of Ghosts. I love that show. Every single like episode or like mini story in that was like a story that needed to be told. It was like something personal to those characters and it was definitely personal to some people who watched it. And just stories like that need to be told more. And I really like those stories. And I think the world would benefit from like seeing things that they aren't really like a lot of things in that show. Like I learned a lot. Like I didn't know those things existed. Like
Mhm.
I found like the episodes about like the indigenous people like super interesting because I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And like all the history that they go through and like it doesn't even feel like you're being taught anything, but you're
Yeah,
learning.
yeah.
And now like you know about four more things in like the history of LA. And like I wasn't intending on learning, but I did. And like
You
things like
tricked
that,
me.
you tricked me into learning. But things like that that like teach people about stories that need to be told.
That is wonderful. All right, we're at the last question.
Hey
Wow.
yo.
What is something that you thought was scary, but you were able to overcome or get through? And it doesn't have to be art related again.
Oh. Hmm. Well, I guess applying to art school would be like the first big thing because for a while I was going back and forth on if I should. I applied to like 6 art ones and 4 regular ones because I wasn't even sure if like I'd get in. And like I said, I was gonna do UX design and like still be happy, but I was still like really scared because art is like I literally can't do anything else.
Yeah, yeah, it
um,
is scary.
but besides that, I don't know. I did the kazoo band. I got over my fear of kazooing in front of 100 people. So
Yeah, there's public speaking and then there's kazooing. That's really a step up.
yeah, you have like public speaking here and then like kazooing is like all the
Mhm.
way up.
Yeah, for sure. This has been amazing. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I'm so excited for the stuff that you're gonna make in the future. I can't wait to like see it and everything.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
being here. Do you have contact info, places people can find your work, or like anything you want to promote?
I would just say my Instagram. Go follow me at Spoon of Jelly. And that's all I have. Go watch my film.
Awesome. Any
Thanks for
last
having
thoughts?
me. Nope.
Awesome. Now we're just
Head
gonna wave
empty.
bye to the camera. Yeah, head empty, only kazoo. Bye.